Hello and welcome to the Elite Champions League from the AFC Matchday 2 from the Jassim bin Hamad Stadium in Doha, where Al Sadd take on Sharjah. And there is the table as it stands. Al Sadd just the 1 point from the one game, and of course a brilliant start for Sharjah, 3 points defeating Al Harafa in their first game. 23 degrees, night skies have fallen, a little bit of a breeze as well across a wonderful looking Jassim bin Hamad Stadium here in Doha. An expectant crowd, and there's something for your commentator about the early rounds of the new format. Expectancy, excitement, bit of freedom football, too many nerves as the possible results and possible permutations start unfolding. Expectancy is the one here, really. Felix Sanchez's side, well, they'll be hoping that they can keep up the Qatari dominance over the United Arab Emirates sides that have played. Just the one victory for Sharjah against a Qatari side, and that was against Al Harafa. So once again, a lot to prove. But Sharjah come here as the AFC Champions League 2 winners of last year. They're not innocent. They're not wet behind the ears in terms of AFC football. And I think that Felix Sanchez, his backroom staff, pretty much know that this is going to be a contest, and a very even contest. With acting all red, Cho, who was an injury doubt before today's game, wearing the 20 there, installed at the back. Formation-wise, it's really down to the nature of football, marking. And there in the background, Adel Tarat in today, and a man that still has magic in his boots, even though he has advancing age in his hair and body. Well, the 2 times Champions League Elite winners, Al Sadd, they won it in 88, 89 and 2011. Well, they'll be hoping that a little bit of home comforts will come to the fore. Currently in the Qatar Star League, they've drawn their last 2. It's not been an impressive start, it has to be said, although a form line could be that they beat Al Harafa by 2-0 back in August, and it was only a 4-3 victory for Sharjah over Al Harafi. Acquaintances about to be made on the field of play. Such an interesting and intriguing battle here. The Wolves of Al Sadd, seats bedecked in the Jassim bin Hamad Stadium, black and white. It's like a mini, if you follow English football, St James's Park of Newcastle, not St James's Park of Exeter City. And the atmosphere just full of hope. Whatever persuasion the fans are supporting, just full of hope. Sharjah themselves in the Pro League in the UAE are not having a very good time. 3 defeats and 2 draws in their opening 5 matches. Milos Milijevic, their coach, will be hoping that his viewed from the outside view of targeting the Champions League Elite this year pays dividends, because it's a league which they finished second in last year. and it is a results-based industry. Crowd full of hope. Sharjah supporter as proud as punch. There's something about being a football supporter that the emotions just literally, you're almost caught up in not knowing they're there until the tension starts to build in you and you look down and think, come on. And that is exactly where all those emotionally tied football fans are now. The professionals, they'll be switching off, thinking of the job at hand, thinking of the tactics board that they've been shown. And sometimes football is just a naturally instinctive game, and played simply can be devastating. Milojevic there, sharing a joke with his compatriots. This is a side that have belief here. Sharjah, they have real belief. And so right, they should do. They currently are the AFC Champions League 2 winners. They know how to play Champions League football. There'll be no hidden agendas here. Both sides will have done their homework. Inside the Wolves on home territory. Well, Al Sadd, coached by Felix Sanchez, made 2 changes to the original side that drew 1-1 with Al Shorter. Mustafa and Mujica dropped to the bench to be replaced by Tariq, and the former Liverpool frontman Roberto Firmino comes in at the top of the park. A man that's got a pretty good record, 6 goals in 12 appearances for Al Sadd in the AFC Champions League. They'll be hoping a little bit of that magic comes out of the footwork from Roberto Firmino ahead of today's game, or during the game. Pretty solid citizens it comes down to. Barsham in goal. 1 change in the back line. Tarek comes in. I think Soria will just push a little further forward, but Fif and Al Haidos either side of Firmino could be good. Let's have a look at our referees and assistants today. Zaid Mohammed from Iraq is our referee, assisted by Haider Ubaidi and Amir Al-Windawi. 4th official today on the side, waving the board around, will be Mohanad Sarai. Sharjah have in fact made 5 changes to their opening victory over Al Harafa. Abdurrahman, Prijovic, Barbos, Fetai and Pereira is out. The latter is injured. In come Petrovic, Kayo, Bayro, Majad Hassan and Adal Tarat. There is VAR in operation today as well. Sultan Al-Harbi from Saudi Arabia, the man behind the monitor, assisted by Sami Al-Jarai. So that's where we sit. Instructions done, plans worked out, set pieces worked out. Now it's all about football. Barsham just having a few words with the men that are going to form the wall in front of him. Not too sure if it's going to be a 3 or a 5. Familiar names in there. Roman Saiz, as well as Firmino, known from Premier League days. If you're new to watching the AFC, and if you are new to watching the AFC, you're about to find out that this is a wonderful competition. Far side, not long by Katanic, trying to put the ball through. First attempt of a challenge there. Kayo goes down. Barsham just pops the ball out. First few moments are so pivotal in the game. Bit of a loose ball up to the halfway line, picked off. Camera does well to control that, and maybe now he's dropped to the floor. Maybe he used the wrong part of his body to do so. So Mohammed taking pity on, I would say, without saying anybody, people that have that appendage around the world who know exactly what is going on for Mr. Kamara's body. Milos Milijevic, the Serbian, assisted by Vladan Parasevic as well. Just a moment now to put some wind back in the sails, I would say, there for Kamara. Just while we talk about that, Al Hilal next up away for Al Saad, Al Ali, Al Wada, Shabab Al Ali, Tractor and Al Ittihad, their run through these first 8 games. Al Hilal will be a very mouth-watering tie. But having said that, in this type of football now, when you're at the top of the tree in the AFC Champions League, there are no gimmies. Camera's back on his feet, feeling somewhat a little better. And off we go. Soria plays the ball back. Kuki near side. Afif trying to turn the ball on. Back and back on. Let's put a play in the middle there. Majid Hassan. Sharjah just playing a little further forward. Biro. Near side. Operation there, Petrovic pulling wide, but right foot dominating proceedings. Sharjah really will enjoy these moments on the board. That's a bit of a loose ball. Good work by Cho to get in there before Afif. And the long ball over the top is picked off nicely by Poblete. Rolls it back. Oh, that's a little bit of a drive. But Aymanaj is the man that is caught hold of it rather well, but slightly inaccurately. Set back to him quite nicely. Just a little bobble. Interesting. Exactly what will Al Saad be thinking? The ball has just been flown over their crossbar. Barsham. Size infield. We'll find Kuki. Tempo the game from Al Saad. Almost trying to tease out the opposition. Tarek. Afif with the flick. Read by Firmino. Tied it up by Sharjah, although they put themselves under a little bit of pressure. Sprinting back towards his own goal. And cleared on this near side by Petrovic. And the second ball picked up. Second ball, what a cliche to get into a game of football, but that so true. Poblete. Overlap on the far side. Biro. Lovely little return ball down the channel. Cross is going to come in. Trapped with the header back. Short fired in. Always on the rise though, this time by Coyote. Well, Sharjah looked to have settled quite nicely into the game. Trapped with the lay down. Coyote with the chest. And the left foot shot always on the rise. Down to Roman Saiss. Short and just turning it around the corner. Haidos is looking to be the quarterback today for Al Sadd. Just by the referee. Where's the 10? Good ball, one back to that. Surely brought down on the edge of the box. I'm a very good friend with a former teammate of Adel Tarap. They played together at Queen's Park Rangers. Yellow card shown very, very quickly there. And he said the only reason Adel Tarap can actually still play and run around at his age is because he did all his running back in the days when he was in the Premier League. But he said, as for a human being, he is so ultimately talented, and a massive opportunity here. First card of the game goes for Al Haidos, their captain. 8th minute, and Barsham. The only real thing going for Barsham here is that the ball is just on the edge of the box. Don't think it's not easy for a mere mortal to get this up and over with pace. Raymanaj stands over it. Barsham thinks he's going to hold on to the left side of his goal. This could be a blunderbuss from Raymanaj. In fact, it is, straight into the wall. But again, it's Sharjah that are taking it to the hosts here. Is that a face of a worried man? I don't think so. But a man that now knows the football match is underway. Felix Sanchez, Alberto Fernandez and Javier Ramos will certainly be desperate to get 3 points. That's the backroom boys as well. But it's again a ball that falls to Cho. Cho tries to feel it through the centre. Well, Haidos spreads the ball out far side. Good run through by Firmino. Firmino being tracked out on the far side. Tries to get the ball in, edge of the box. Nicely dealt with. Biro. Nice crossfield ball, nice switch. Petrovic. Majed Hassan. Petrovic. Look in the run beyond, and again Raymanaj makes sure that Al Sadd have to track back. It's a very impressive opening 10 minutes here from the visitors. Look very much a unit, I have to say. Poblet. And they're not frightened in taking the ball into their post half, although that crossfield ball is a little bit careless there. Majed Hassan really had no chance there. And Katanic's ball. Commentator's curse, I think you'll find that is. Praise somebody up for doing something well, and the exact opposite happens straight away. Kuki to Saiss. Saiss, far side. Otavio steps inside his man, but again cradled out before going back to Saiss. Saiss with a booming crossfield ball. Nicely brought down on this near side. Good work on this near side as well. That's terrific defensive work by Petrovic. Sharjah not intimidated, that's for sure. Tarek throws it back to Pedro. Square ball to Saiz. Into the middle of the park for Kamara. Firmino comes short. Cho's very quickly on him. Is that a foul? Referee says yep. Having said that though, Cho was very, very quickly on to Firmino. Almost took it off his toes. He turned away. The throw back to Kuki. Pedro, no option but to go back to Barsham. Saiz is the option, and Saiz gets the ball. Afif trying to run him beyond. That's excellent work back there by Khaled, who've gone back there very deep to pick that up from Afif. It's the first touch for Darwish, and Cho has to elect to go long. Kamara with the ball back. Trying to pick out now the theme of the game, if that makes sense, the scenario, the story that's unfolding. And at the moment, you just tended to feel that after a bright opening for Sharjah, Al Sadd dominating possession, maybe in safe areas, but waiting to spring the trap if that's the way forward. Long ball forward, head down by Cho. Nicely tied up by Majed Hassan. Cho's effective clearance is blocked. Firmino with the block as well. And now the chance for Khaled to come forward. Tries to put a long ball over the top. Nice easy header back to Barsham by Kuki. Sharjah. Tarek. Is the prize greater today? Is the prize greater, the 3 points for the home side? You'd have to say, your natural instincts and emotions would say it is. Therefore, there may be just a wee bit more pressure on Al Sadd than there is Sharjah. But Sharjah certainly not giving their counterparts any time on the ball. Biro this time has gone down. Caught late on the far side by Otavio. Otavio protests his innocence. Biro, with a roll and a writhe on the floor, would maybe counter that and say that rather hurt. And there's every thought process, having seen that replay, that a bit of pain may have emanated from that stamp on the foot. Referee very quickly on the spot there, Zaid Mohammed. Free kick far side, Sharjah, 15 minutes gone, still goalless. And to a degree, apart from a couple that have gone over the top of the crossbar of Al Sadd, pretty chanceless. Both keepers having a reasonably quiet game so far. Barsham to try and get on with the game, but look at that three line at the top, three red shirts across the edge of the 18. Just making sure that when the ball comes out, they're already in a position to press. They're looking for the trigger to move forward. Kuki to Roman Saiz down the line into the feet of Al-Haidas, the only man with a card so far, and captain. It's a nice run in there. Firmino pulling short. camera. First time ball near side. Sharjah goes for the deep cross in. Afif is round the back and tied it up by Khaled for the first corner of the game. And I do like my analogies or my similes or whatever they would be called, but for me the first set piece defended and taken for both sides is very similar to the first service for a tennis player. First service match. Can he get it right? Is it all in the right place? Afif goes short. El Haidos, Afif again with a cross in. Strong header away by Cho. Sharjah dealt with that set piece pretty well, considering I don't think they were expecting a short one to be played to them. Sad playing a very patient game with the football. El Haidos space to run into. Kuki across to Saiz. Saiz now with ample space. Otavio. It's gone beyond Afif this time. Afif back to Saiz. Firmino with the layoff. Camera won't get there. Again taken off their toes by Sharjah. Manajdo wastes the ball. That's something that Milojevic won't be happy with. If you work hard to get the ball, you don't want to be offering it back, as now we see Afif driving forward. First time. Oh, what a goal that is! What a goal that is! An absolute cracker by Afif. Down the left, onto his right, and that is rifled, absolutely rifled in, low pass, Darwish's outstretched right hand. Well, there's no taking anything away from that. Afif has literally shown what quality can do. Got the space. Katanic is pulled away from him. They haven't doubled up. He waits, cuts in from his left on his right, and takes the short side. And in fairness, Darwish, I think, will be a little bit disappointed to be beaten on that side, although the speed, the pace, the power, and the accuracy of that shot from Afif is absolutely superb. 1-0 to Al Sadd. Possibly, in your commentator's perspective, a little bit against the run of play, but wasn't that a little bit of magic from the boot there, the right boot of Afif? Sharjah will be popped back in there. Onto the back foot, you fancy. Flag has gone up for offside. Adel Darat hasn't worked out that is what is going on. In fact, I'm just checking with the referee here. El Haidos is back. Seems to be a bit of consternation here. The referee is... Well, I can see now. I think he's given a penalty here. Cook has gone across. Very close proximity. But a referee, Zaid Mohammed, will be spoken to by the man on VAR today, Sultan Al Harbi. It's a very contentious point, isn't it? The hand away from the body, the natural position, the proximity. All these things go together. But the referee very quickly looked at it and he's decided that it's a penalty. Barsham being told to go back into his penalty area. Not being told to go and look at the screen. Well, Felix Sanchez, after seeing a wonder strike by Afif, will be no doubt contemplating that penalty award. So that would have put the ball in the box, no two ways about it, but The arm's not by the body. The arm stops the ball. And it is a penalty. Many Premier League ones at the weekend might have looked at that. I can talk of one about Matthew Cash. Arm behind him. Kayo with a penalty. Stands up, Barsham taking his time, having a wander, having a chat, possibly saying, just don't go down the middle. Kayo gives the grin. Barsham, 21st minute. Well, what a save that is by Barsham. What a save. Away to his right-hand side. And a fine stop from Kayo, who possibly now would just quite like to go up and address the ball instead of dancing a little bit of a foxtrot, a samba and a can-can before giving it a swipe by the penalty spot. There's a lot to be said with just taking a penalty. Corner, Tarat delivers, cleared by Firmino. Afif goes above Petrovic. And the long ball over the top, trying to set away Al Saad. Well, there we are, the beauty of football. Don't take your eyes off it. Running behind here, Otavio trying to run away. Marshall defence this time by Poblete. Be careful, they're giving the ball away in a very dangerous position. And in the end, discretion, better part of Valla there, getting the ball up towards the halfway line, take a bit of pressure off, but a real sense of vulnerability you feel about Sharjah. Conceded a lovely strike to Afif for Al Saad. Got a penalty, should be on level terms. Seen a great save by Barsham. And it's almost as though Al Saad are saying this is the moment in the game. This is a little pivotal spell now where we can maybe open a bit of daylight. Excellent work though by Sharjah again. Raymond Ash goes down under a challenge. This time Solia is the man with a hand on. Chance now for the ball to be played into the box by Khaled. Biro with the first time ball. Oh, I say that was a big shoulder charge there. Raymond Ash didn't know anything about it. That is strong defending back there by Pedro Correa. Tarat with the run in. Thou shalt not pass from Pedro Correa. What a lively encounter we have here inside the Jassim bin Hamad Stadium here in Doha. A goal, a missed penalty, and some physicality. Barsham, Pedro. Taret comes short, but he goes towards the halfway line. Cho with the header down. Cho steps inside one. Real chance again. That's a lovely ball, lovely reverse ball now. First touch isn't great there by Kayo. Almost lost the ball there. Sharjah retain possession. Another lovely ball inside. Real looks like a blind ball. And now Khaled will put the ball in again. Free header. Oh, I say. Lovely header there on this near side by Petrovic, hitting the woodwork. Well, that was unlucky. Well, if Sharjah are vulnerable, I'm surprised. The flag is up at the moment. I think it may be for the second phase of that. In fact, Petrovic offside. Great header though. Barsham just a little bit of a spectator when it came to that header, but would have been saved by the flag. Barsham save. Beautifully turned away. Not in the corner though, is it? Not in the side netting. You've got to curl it into the side netting with a bit of fizz. But he knows what a pivotal moment that could be in the game, Barsham. Cho, Petrovic near side. He's in a little bit of a spot on his weaker side, but he has to flip the ball forward. Pedro gets a header up. Caio. Oh, lovely footwork there. It's Adel to that with just a little bit of something. Khaled thought that Caio was going to take over. Khaled is out of position now. Lovely diagonal now. Goal scorer Afif came in on his right earlier on, puts a deep ball in looking for Firmino. Firmino far side. Just the pace of the game now has gone from catchy, you know, Catenaccio football. Kamara. Sharjah. Kamara. And a corner by Pedro looking for Afif. Petrovic gets there first. Not a greatest clearance. Goes more infield, as you can see. Kamara. And that is a fine bit of defensive football in the middle of the park. All coming together off the ball there. I don't think there's any malicious intent there, but keep an eye on it. Afif now, right foot again on the rise. He is a bundle of energy, isn't he? Afif, Akram Afif. Popped in number 137 on the goal front for Al Sadd today. And he looks lively. Made his debut back in 2018. Cook is down. It's just a little collision of sorts down beneath us. Puts a bit of daylight between him and Hassan Al-Haidos, who's got 134 goals. Captain Al-Haidos, the man on the yellow card earlier on, you know, he's getting close to 500 senior appearances. Here's a little collision. At the time, Kuki looked okay. He wandered behind the stricken Poblete, but then collapsed to the floor, which is not always nice to see. And it's never nice to see. Won't want to lose him either. Boualem Kuki. Third season in the AFC Champions League with Al Sadd. Very entertaining clash so far between these two sides. Caio. It's the penalty. He'll be burning with desire to make up for that, make amends for that missed penalty. Katanic, Khaled, Poblete down the line. There'll be that moment with the game as well, not in this first half, but in the second half, where if the result is as it is, one side will take a decision just to protect what they have. And that's always another phase of the game, because they will concede ground. So there's a long way to go before we get to those little scenarios and those little twists and turns. But it's always very interesting how the whole game will just revolve around things. Not too sure that Ryan Minaj can claim an infringement there. That's a pretty good header by Kuki. Petrovic. Cho. Dispossessed by Firmino. Sharjah takes over. Firmino inside. Bit of space here. Afif, who really has been given the freedom here by Felix Sanchez to play roughly wherever he feels he can affect the game. He's been left, he's been right, he's dropped into the number 10 role. Marvellous strike from him as well. An absolute belter of a goal. Took it down the left flank, just outside the penalty area of Sharjah. Cut in from his left foot to his right foot. And literally rifled it in low. A minute later, they were facing a penalty, which was saved by Barsha. He'll turn around the corner. Firmino's going to get involved again. Otavio's ball in is tied it up, going back towards his own goal by Poblete. Just feel that goal has settled down the home side. Otavio taking his time, making sure he finds the right option with the throw. Throws it back to Kuki. Kuki square this time to Pedro. Not a lot between these two sides. Singular goal and home advantage for Al Sadd, but Sharjah have really equipped themselves very well in this first opening 32 minutes. Katanic, a little bit hopeful. Pedro with the header. Wasn't sure if Tarap would drop in behind two at the front for Sharjah, but he is playing primarily in the front three. Tarek, Pedro, Kuki, Camera, Tarek again, looking for Soria. Can he keep it in play? Does so. Darwish comes to take the ball. Very little to do, but in fairness, he's seen one flash past him. He won't forgive me for saying that. I think he was thankful that the net was there, otherwise his ball would have gone miles. It was hit with such venom by Afif for the goal. Joe. On this near side to Majid Hassan. Back to Cho. Working hard, isn't he? Ray Manaj at the top. Kayo with a foul. I think he's going to see a card, the colour of the referee's shirt here. He's compounding his annoyance at the moment in the first half, because it doesn't matter how strong a character you are, it will sit there niggling in the back of your mind that you want to make a tone, amends, whatever you want to call it, for missing a spot kick. No matter what your teammates say to you, don't worry, get your head up, get your chin up, it'll be there. Free kick, Afif stands over it. Darwish claims. So for Khaled. Majid Hassan. Kayo. Majid Hassan again. A little bit of tempo lost in the move, and suddenly sideways and backwards passes becomes prevalent. Biro, chance to run at his man. Tries to go outside, doesn't get the corner. Now time for Sharjah to just try and quell the bouncing atmosphere inside the Jassim bin Hamad Stadium. Biro. Petrovic Tries to put the ball inside the channel there for the run of Caio, but Tarek was there, the wing back. I'll tell you, that's a pretty strong challenge there by on Pedro Correa. How helpless is a coach or a manager on the side? You can scream, you can try and drag players into position, but you cannot actually get inside the grey matter, inside the brain and the mind of a player when he elects to do something. Man management, as well as being tactically astute, is so required in the world of football nowadays. Barsham. Haidos back this time to Pedro. Kuki. Otavio. Camara. Afif. Getting round the corner. Real chance again. Good run by Afif. Tracked all the way on the far side by Katanic. Letting Maro on his back. Camara. Down the corner by Firmino. Tarek, a little give and go this time. Tarek gets it back. Cho stands his ground nicely. Great ball out there by Katanic. It's that goal coming on 18 minutes by Afif. A lovely strike, lovely play. And a classic if you want to replay it to anybody that wants to know about inverted wingers. Down the left and inside on his right. Kuki, Otavio, Afif. Well, referee won't give a free kick there. Otavio thought he was upended. The referee unmoved, unflinching in giving the goal kick to Sharjah. Cho tries to go long, loose ball. Now a drive forward by Pedro. Pedro finds Tarek. Tarek clips it in. Afif, bit of space here. This time goes over. No free kick given by our referee. Afif. There's a little roll and a ride, but the game goes on around him. Field ball, Afif back on his feet. Cushion, lovely bring down. Whips the ball into the box. Darwish favourite and catches tamely inside his 6-yard box. "39 minutes have elapsed, as you can see from our graphic in this first half. And I don't think any fans from either persuasion will be sitting comfortably, either if they're one to the good or one down. Majed Hassan with the nibble. Majed with the fall, referee with the whistle. This may be construed as card in some aspects. Common sense prevails from our referee, Syed Mohammed. Lovely turn. Oh, I say, that was sweet as you like by Raymond. Absolutely kissed the upright to Barsham's right. Lovely spin. And all of a sudden again, Al Sadd fans are linking. My word, this is far from comfortable. And Sharjah are saying we can get in this game. Although they've given the ball away there with Tarat. Firmino tries to get away. Good win by Cho. Lovely skill by Cho. Caio drives forward. Maybe shows too much of the football there. And now Kuki tries to come out. That's a rather leery challenge in the middle of the park. The referee, as he played advantage? The answer is not, and it's Poblet that goes into the card now, into the referee's notebook. There's a lot of consternation now. Trailing foot is the one that makes the connection. And quite obviously a yellow card, but what a spin, what a pivot, turn on a smallest coin you can think of. Barsham diving, but really he had no hope. He was grasping at thin air, and Raymanaj sees it thump away off the right post of the Al Sadd goal. And it's those little moments that mean that Al Sadd cannot rest on their laurels. Camera tries to slip the ball through. Maro Katanic gets it forward. Huddersfield ball is a little bit hopeful. Pedro will always be in charge of this here, and we'll see it out on this near side. The players now walking a fine line on yellow cards. Hassan El-Haidos and Poblete. Very nicely built stadium, by the way. You know, I do love my architectural features. 15,000 capacity. It is a really nicely well-worked stadium. Given away in the middle of the park, Majid Hassan, Poblet. Kaya round the corner, slightly blind. Otavio steps in. Afif on the far side. Now there's a break on. We know what's happened here before. Khaled goes across to him. Got him dancing somewhat. Afif tries to go to the dead ball line. Goes down under a challenge, but not a foul challenge. Almost tried to draw the challenge, and then that, you better not wave that hand there in the slow motion there from Khaled. I can understand his frustration, but imaginary cards being waved. Referees are to take a dim view of that. Tariq, Soria, Pedro, all the way back to Barshan. Very good challenge. The referee has judged that as a foul by Biddo. Gets a yellow card. Otavio, I think it was just a full-blooded clash. Eyes are on the ball. That's what I always look for. The locked eyes on the football tends to give away whether somebody's committed to it, and if you see that little sideways glance, tends to say that they've got one eye on the man. Cho with a tidying up work. Now a chance to go forward again. Ryan Manaj tries to put pressure on Pedro, always in command of the situation. Kuki to Saiss. Otavio would have been the intended target. Well, we move into 45, and the two managers, Felix Sanchez and Milos Milojevic, sit down, work it out yourselves. What are you saying to your charges when they come into the dressing room at half-time? I think the more concerned could be Felix Sanchez, although his side are a goal to the good, because they're just not putting the game to bed, so to speak. Afif with the drive forward, into the box he goes, right to the dead ball line. Oh, and he does a double touch just as he looked to pull it back. Why I say that for Felix Sanchez is there's been enough from Sharjah to know that this game is far from decided either way. 4 additional minutes, as you can see, have had to be added on at the end of this first period. Sharjah, Milos Miljevic. He doesn't want to go in and just say more of the same from his side, does he? He doesn't want to say more of the same, you're doing well. He needs to address certain aspects, he needs to talk and maybe make the sandwich a positive, negative sandwich to his side. The positive being that they are well in this game. The negative is the missed penalty, but the positive is they've gone again. That might all change. Horrible time there to concede, possibly, or score a goal. It would be wonderful. Sharjah on a halfway line. Upended. Kuki to Seiss. Sad will just want to see these last few moments out to the break. There will be some tactical ploys deployed at half-time. Crossfield ball, Tarek with a lovely bring down. Can he find a good cross in? Does so. Headed away by Petrovic. Kamara. Well, could have shouted nuts there on Majid Hassan. Hassan sees Petrovic go down. That's going to be a corner, I think. Sharjah was behind. First corner that Al-Sad had was from the opposite side. And Fif, the goal scorer. It was a beautiful goal. Comes across. Right foot away from goal here. Late on. 3rd minute of time added on as a deep one. Free header across the face of goal. And I tell you what, Tarek stretched but couldn't stretch any longer. It's a magnificent header across by Kuki. Kayo. It's pass inside. Real option now down this right-hand side for Sharjah. Khaled, can he put the ball in? Does put the ball in, but you can see before he played the ball, he was in 2 or 3 minds as to whether to go down the line, come inside, put the cross in. Elected ultimately to put the cross in and got it somewhat wrong, too close to Barsham. Seiss. Oh, what a poor ball by Seiss. To that with the layoff. Oh, a little clip, thinks it's a penalty. Referee says nothing doing. I'd like to see that one again. Had no real reason to go over, but by the same token, he did take a heavy touch. Otavio with the cross. Firmino on the volley, but always going wide. We're into the last of 4 minutes to be added on. Majid Hassan wants to know why they're not even talking about it. Zaid Mohammed is clearly listening. Well, I think it could have been just fractionally outside of the box if there was contact. I'm not sure it's contact at all. I think here, if you look at it, Majid Hassan has maybe caught the outside of a planted boot, and I think that man in your picture, Zaid Mohammed, has made a very, very good decision. Thief tries to get on this headed ball forward. It's work by Khaled. Firmino. Real chance. Can't find the pass on the far side. Al-Haidos still right to the final moments of a good first half. Al-Sad come forward. Well, that's a strong challenge up to Manaj. Petrovic is dispossessed. Sharjah says that's enough. Referee says that's half-time. Well, it's been an interesting, intriguing spectacle here at the Jassim bin Hamad Stadium. 2 minutes, 18th and 19th. The goal for Afif, a wonderful strike in from the left, onto his right, past the keeper from 20 yards. Beautiful low strike. And then a penalty. Kuki adjusts to handball it. Barsham with a save from Kayo from the penalty spot. Sharjah have been good. Al Sadd, though, have the lead as they go to the break here. It's Al Sadd 1, Sharjah 0. Hello and welcome back to the second half of this AFC Champions League Elite match day 2 match between Al Sadd and Sharjah here inside the Jassim bin Hamad Stadium. And at the break, it's a home side that lead by a goal to nil, and a wonderful strike it was by Afif as he cut in from his left to his right, 22 yards out, and rifled a shot straight past the Sharjah keeper Darwish on his near side. Good strike past the keeper before he even got to the ground. But Sharjah have hit the upright through Raymanaj, and they've also missed the penalty. They have been right in this contest, and it is so finely poised as we look for the second 45. A few cards to talk about. Al-Haidos has got a card for Al Sadd, worth remembering. Poblete and Biro are the two carded players for Sharjah. A wonderful goal that separates it, and now Felix Sanchez and Milos Milojevic have said their words, tweaked their formations, and send their players out to go back to football in battle on the field of play yet again. Quick run through the side by Sham goal for Al Sadd. Back three of Pedro, Kuki and Saiz. Two wing backs in Pedro and Otavio, with Soria and Camara in the middle of the park. A front three of Afif, Firmino and Al-Haidos, although that is a very fluid front three. And we're off for the second half. Sharjah, well, they will be looking to try and get on there, and loose pass almost immediately gives Pedro a bit of a worry. Could be offside to one side, but allowed to play on the far side, hooked into the Sharjah half. They line up with Darwish in goal. A back four of Petrovic, Cho, Katanic and Khalid. Then they play a pretty fluid four, I would say, really, with Kayo, Majid Hassan, Poblete and Biro. And up front is Raymanaj with Adel Tarabt just playing off him. Saiz has taken a little bit of a knock. And there goes down the former Wolves man. From the Al Sadd Wolves to Wolverhampton Wanderers, or the other way round. And possibly the worst thing you can see is the hand directly to the hamstring of Roman Saiz. That is not a good way to start the second half. Just a little stretch. Finely honed athletes feel these changes straight away. Whereas somebody, myself, who's not really an athlete, it might take 3 or 4 days for me to understand I've done something. Saiz looks as though he's just going to try and run it on, which leaves Felix Sanchez, Javier Ramos and Albert Fernandez the opportunity to think, do we risk or do we go? And straight away out there is Albert Fernandez. Saiz himself is the only person that can really say exactly what he's feeling, but he looks like he's ready to come on. Cho spreads the ball out far side. Kayo will be desperate to try and sort things out. Lovely bit of ball inside to Tarabt. Tarabt with the outside of the boot. Not a bad looking ball in, just a little too far in front of Raymanaj. Sharjah just for the... Now Saiz is down again. And obviously the decision was made to pop him onto the field of play to allow themselves to get ready as centre half. And he carry one defender on the bench actually in Ahmad Suhail. Just getting a shot of a wonderful goal here from Afif. What a strike. Really rifled straight as a barrel. Darwish covering what I just say the lion's share of the goal, but then won't want to turn around and be beaten on his right-hand side. Distinctive hair there for Akram Afif. I'm only jealous, but that is a lovely, lovely sight to see that flowing after a goal celebration. Roman Saiz will go off. He's elected not to go on the golf buggy. Now football's changed. Albert Fernandez there with the tablet to show who he's going to mark, where he's going to mark, etc., etc., to the substitution. And to me, it looks as though we could be bringing on Michal, a midfield player normally. Saiz looks rather dejected. Mustafa Tarek Michal looks to be the replacement. Whether it'll be a change of formation, I don't know. Long by Barshan. Firmino with the header on, but a little easy there. Majed Hassan trapped a little bit deeper than he has been again. Majed Hassan again. Trapped. Can he find a little bit of magic when he sweeps the ball to Kayo? That's on this near side of Khaled. Back to Kayo. Poblete. They're just not worried, are they, Sharjah? They've got a poor record against sides from Qatar, but they don't care. They come here with a real, veritable confidence of winning the AFC Champions League Division 2 title last year. Still waiting for a change at the moment. Just Al Sadd, a man down with Roman Saiz, who has gone off. No change at the moment as the header goes forward by Khaled Hassan. Al-Haidos with the cushion ball. And well, really, considering he took a card really early on in the piece of today's game. Again, a similar sort of pattern. Oh, nice footwork here. Otavio done well to get outside of his man, but now the change will be made. And it is Mustafa Michal. Will replace Kuki. Just wonder whether he'll play slightly further forward with Otavio, maybe dropping into the back line. Chance for the ball into the box here by Sharjah. Otavio's header away. Kayo should get there first. Kayo, who missed the penalty in the first half. Biro. Kayo again. Khaled can't get round his player. Otavio is happy that he's seen the decision go his way. Just a bit of a shout out to our officials today, who are, I think, controlling the game exceptionally well. From a perspective as an English commentator who does a lot of work in the Premier League, I would love the AFC referees to referee in the Premier League, because they command respect, and I just love to see that. I think it's something missing in the English game, but that's just a personal preference. Zaid Mohammed is our referee. He is assisted on either flank by Haidar Abdul Hassan Ali Ubaidi and Amir Dawood Al Windawi. Fourth official on the side as well is Mohamed Sarai. All those officials coming from Iraq, and VAR is controlled by two people from Saudi Arabia, in Sultan Sanad Al Harbi and Sami Ahmad Al Jarai. Side here against Kayo. It's about belief for Sharjah now. They know, and they have hit the woodwork once legitimately. Once would have been flagged offside. That's a terrible place to lose the ball. Otavio now with a chance to put the ball into the box. No, Katinic gets across to block it. Otavio gets the ball back from Afif. And his goal was a beautiful piece of work. And that is possibly what is separating these two very evenly matched sides. Katinic, it's a nice ball up. Caillou takes it really nicely, surely fouled there. Referee says yes. Majid Hassan. Tarat. Hassan. Majid Hassan back to Tarat. Just caught a little bit there. Sharjah being forced to go backwards, which is good defensive work by Al-Sad. Arwish up, nicely taken down by Tarat. He's got away from his man, his goal side. Tries to thread the eye of a needle. Lovely bit of work there. Near side. Caillou. That's not the best ball in. Well worked. Move there by Sharjah. Let down by the final ball. You can see the anguish on Caillou's face there. But again, there's no sitting back. There's no waiting for the final 5 minutes before thinking about having a go. Sharjah have been on the front foot pretty much throughout this game. Tarek. He's been moved across from his wing-back position to playing the sort of right side of a back three at the moment. But it's Sharjah again that have one possession back. Katinic with the ball down the channel, which, as you can see, is just going to harmlessly run away, eating up a few more precious seconds. Milos Milijevic. He'll be happy but unhappy all in one breath. As it stands, he knows his side really should have parity in this game. And there you are, straight away. Zaid Mohammed saying, no mucking about. That's what I want. This is how we do it. And it's listened to. Authority. Afif, bit of space to run towards the goal of Sharjah. Otavio has been asked to win it back, does so. Ably supported here by Tarek. Kuki, long way out, has a go. Well, if you don't buy a ticket, as they say, you can't win the raffle. And he had a little bit of a dart there. Now he's got to be a defensive stalwart. Barsham sets it off. Do you think, I'll pose a question to the viewers now, do Al-Sad want to invite Sharjah on and try and stretch the game and find spaces? Or do you think that they're just purely playing keep ball? Barsham, Afif the target. Khaled with the header. Katinic. Bito was the ball, but he just those two touches to his near touchline shut down the opportunity to play it up. Lovely footwork there by Firmino. Firmino spreads the ball out, as you can see, rather nicely to Soraya. Ball into the box, real chance here. Sniper in the stand, we would say. Firmino took a touch, slipped in doing so. Could have been the game-winning effort on goal there. Lovely footwork again inside the centre circle there by Caillou. Left very much on his own, and in the end sees the ball picked up by Al-Sad. nice 2-4 now, haven't they, with Mustafa Mashal playing at left back. Two centre-halves in Pedro and Kuki. Kamara will find Kuki now. Tavo brought down by Biro. And the commentator's nightmare. 3 substitutes being made at once. Felix Sanchez will possibly say, I don't have an understanding of management. And I'll say he doesn't have an understanding of commentators requiring eyes in the back of their heads when 3 substitutions come on at once. 60 minutes on the clock. Afif getting back to Kayo. Barsham, who saved away to his right-hand side that penalty a minute after Afif had opened the scoring. Kayo was the man that missed it. Lovely pick away again. Khaled Hassan. Lifted in the box. Had to be won by Pedro. Tarek with a header away. Building again. Khaled near side. Kayo. It's one of those. Oh, lovely skill there by Khaled. Biro, can he find the right ball in? Kayo, edge of the box. Lovely chance here. Ray Manaj. Well, that's a fine save. Barsham hasn't had a great deal to do. Either keeper haven't had a great deal to do in the game. Well, that little chest down there by Ray Manaj almost provided a glimmer of hope, but again, in a very non-biased way, I believe that Sharjah, that's a save now from Ray Manaj by Barsham. He's beaten Barsham and thumped the post. Apart from, dare I say it, Afif's wonder strike on 18 minutes, Al Sadd haven't really caused that much consternation around Darwish goal for Sharjah. And that is why it's so intriguing as you watch this game move into its final 29 minutes. Well, Haidos is the first person to be replaced. Captain Afif now. Al Muhika about to come on. Soria goes as well. And interesting that Kuki is going off as well. Sahel will drop into the back line. And Giovanni will take over a little further forward. Changes coming for Sharjah as well. On the hour mark, or just over. Mustafa with a nosebleed. So I saw a ball to the face for Mustafa, but it's going to require a blood shirt, that's for sure. And to the other side of the pitch, which means a change of a shirt. Changes being made now. Poblete is one off. Majed Hassan and Khaled all go off. Fatai, Maloney and Coronado on. Fatai, who played in the first game. drop into the middle of the park. Far side Petrovic now. And Saad currently down to 10 men. Whilst Mustafa Michel gets himself cleaned up. Otavio just knocking the ball around Meloni. Driving forward. Nicely spread out. Again, Tarek goes back to his left wing back role. Camera. Pedro, space to run into, and that's quickly swallowed up. Very impressed with the work rate of Raimanaj. Suhail. Little layup, nicely played. Chance now for the break on Giovanni. Pulls it back, real chance here. First time shot snapped in. Lovely bit of work. Mujica with the shot. Pulls off, lovely watch this, pulls out. Gets picked out and pops the shot off, but Darwish completely on top of the situation. Coronado. Cross goes in, chested down by Pedro, who looks a bit of a giant currently at centre half, taken over from Kuki. Afif can't keep the ball on the island, as we would say. Yes, the moments in this game, just phases where you know that one side can really take the ascendancy. Turned in field by Maloney. Firmino with the foul. Not the cleanest take. Ball goes in. Very good header again by Pedro. Different type of retaining of the ball by Marcus Maloney. And in the end, Barsham can't keep that in. That's going to be a corner. Only the second one of the game for Sharjah. He had kept it in, but the knee come over and decided to give Sharjah a chance. Igor Coronado with this corner, shaping up to pull it away from Barsham's goal. It's a very deep delivery. Evades everybody. Firmino with the ball over the top. Giovanni, can he get across Maloney? He does. He gets the ball in field. Now there's a break on. Afif with a real chance. Doesn't take the ball with him. Cho gets back. Camera from distance. And wide by distance. Afif, you know, having a little look across. Almost unapologetically saying his missed touch is because of the ball that we played. Never our fault. If you're a player, never our fault. Down the line it goes here by Maloney. Caio tries to get across in. Pedro at the moment is immense at the back for Al Saad. Otavio. There's a man with concern on his face. This is not quite the possibly thought that it was going to be. It's not as routine as he thought. Tarek. Giovanni. Tavio. Nicely played up. The fit of Mujica. Hafi. Seen a game from Al Sadd here of ball retention and stating the blindingly obvious that if Al Sadd have the football, then Sharjah can't score. I'm not sure if I was sat with an Al Sadd scarf wrapped around my neck, willing a victory. I'd be quite wanting possession football inside my own half. I think I'll be looking to try and get it a little further forward and put the game to bed. Sadek plays it against the on-rushing Sharjah player. Suhail. Mustafa Mashal. Arsham. Camera. Pedro. Otavio. Were there by Maloney. Challenge goes in, but can't be kept in play. Spoke to many managers over the years, and one of the sort of innermost thoughts you get from managers after the game, they want their players, win, lose or draw, to walk out their door with their heads held high, knowing that they've done everything they can. And at the moment, although Sharjah trail by a goal to nil, they can be very, very happy with the effort and endeavour they've shown. If a little disappointed they haven't taken the chances that have been afforded to them. Al Sadd, on the other hand, will go out the door somewhat thinking, if it remains at 1-0, that we've ground one out, as they say. Ground a result out when we weren't at our best. Tarat there foul, takes a short pass inside. Maloney opens his body out, comes near side. Deep crossing, oh, I say, that was across the face of the forehead there. Well, he's gone a long way forward there. Petrovic, he's already thumped the woodwork from an offside position with a head up. And he's got across the defenders. I dare say that has brushed the fringe there. Battle scarred as well there, Petrovic. Tarek with the throw. Cho. Near side. Just a little pivot of the hips. Played inside. Kayo. They are finding space, Sharjah. They've not stopped probing. Biro. Game maybe just a little quality. Drops nicely here. Real chance. Kayo, yes! Oh, he's hit that smartly on the volley. And you've got to say it's been coming since the very opening seconds of this game. 73 on the clock. Little lofted ball in, and Kayo, who missed the penalty on 19 minutes, makes amends with a rasping right foot volley. And did we not just say Al Sadd were looking to retain possession outside their own penalty area? Sure enough, the move breaks down, and before you know it, this is a wonderful little ball. Cleared. Look at the quality of that little lofted pass there. And Kayo, well, he's absolutely thundered it in. He's given it the shoelaces. If it had given it the shoelaces with the penalty, it might be 2-1 to Sharjah now. Tarat, magic in his boots with that little lofted pass. Really, really sweet finish. We saw in the first half what a little bit of sublime football skill can do with Afif when he cut inside and rasped a lovely shot in from 22 yards. And now we've seen a little bit of cunning play by Tarat. Kayo through, real chance on the far side. Just hit a bit too long. Sharjah tails up. Katanich. Lovely skill. Maloney. Oh, he's taking everybody on it to have a go as well. That would have been some finish. What a lovely ball by Adel Tarat. Really, really good finish. But when I talk about football, you can talk about tactics, you can talk about how you play with the ball, how you play without the ball. But Adel Tarat there, the ball just bounced up and allowed him just to lift it right in that moment in time. Football in its natural state, he just lifted that pass over because the ball was deliciously bouncing at the right point for him to do that. And Kayo, well, he'll be over the moon that he's made amends for what was a rather poor moment in his game in the first half. Giovanni trying to run in behind. Cho with the chest down. Fatai. Sharjah really do look confident. Biro now. Kayo. Balance of play here, lifted over the top. I think that's going to be offside. Bayo's going to have a go at putting it across the face goal. I'm sure a flag will go up at some point in this play, although it's not gone up as of yet. Pedro with a clearance. Camara gets it down. Firmino. You know, you can sometimes say a lot from your commentary vantage point, straddling the halfway line, that you're spending more time looking to your left or your right. And in the second half, Sharjah haven't kept me ideally looking to my right all the time, but they have done enough, for more than what you'd expect from an away side. Afif inside the camera. Sadek. Giovanni tries to get away from Tarat. Sends it back, real chance for Tarek to steady himself. It's a decent ball in. Decent header away by Cho as well. And now some nice ball carrying skills as well by Coronado. Often goes unnoticed by the fans that sit around the pitch when you get a player like Coronado. Just accepts the ball, runs, takes players away, holds it up and can almost bring other players in. Often ends up with the ball going out of play for a throw, but job has been done. He's held the ball up. And the line into the body. Fatai loses that in a challenge with Tarek. Camara finds Afif. Afif trying to get away from the close attentions of Kayo, who's going to say hello to a yellow card. Rather obvious one. A couple of grasps, didn't he? Couldn't quite get his nails into the shirt to pull it back. Unsurprisingly, Lejeune card is waved at Kayo. Afif stands over the free kick. Darwish trying to organise things. Lifted in, decent looking ball in. Finally cleared as well. A little touch of urgency all of a sudden coming into the Al Sadd play. We'll put them on 2 points from 2 games. Should it stay this way, Sharjah would go on to 4 from 2. And Sharjah would be ticking off a big away game. Camera, Suhail, time and space. Interesting to see what the press is like from Sharjah now they haven't got the football. Otavio down the line, Biro with the closing down. Felix Sanchez Trying to change things up again. Pedro. Tarek. Pedro again. Just signs that Sharjah may be just dropping back a little deeper now. Conceding a bit of ground, which often invites pressure as well. Glance at the clock will tell you that we're just shy of 80 minutes, but that means absolutely nothing in today's modern game. This could well be another 10 minutes added on. Fete with a free kick. He's going to get a yellow card as well. No. Giovanni has made a difference and an impact coming in from the right for Al-Sad. Guilherme is coming on for camera. More attack-minded midfielder you fancy. Guilherme. Well, if you want a free kick, you're at the right distance. Spoke, if you were with us in the first half, about being too close to the edge of the 18-yard box, but this one's beautiful, 27, 28 yards out. Darwish will know that a strike with pace can get dip and power in here. Otavio stands over it. Al Mujica's there as well. Amir Sahel fancies this. I reckon this is more Otavio's. Sahel up and over, straight through to the arms of Darwish. The up and down with pace, maybe just directional. Not as good as it could be. That's a way towards the left or right post, or started out outside the left and the right post, then there's your curl back in. Otavio giving away a free kick now. Well, Usman Kamara coming on. And he is going to replace Biro. First thing he does is have a little gentle persuasion on Otavio. Mustafa Michel moving into the middle of the park. That's the Guilherme. Pedro. Suhail with the diagonal. Look at the history of the Champions League of Sharjah quarterfinals in 2004. Then didn't take part until 2020. Group stage, made it to the round of 16 in 21. Group stage in 22. And group stage in 23, 24. Tarat holds his head in his hands as he doesn't collect a ball. Flashed across the face there. Joe. Petrovic ramping into the corner. I think his teammate will be too happy with that ball. Cho with the header down. Tarat again. Cho. Sharjah have never really thought this is all over. They've always been in this now. Usman steps away from Guilherme. Usman, a shot, great save, down to his right, this time by Barsham. Took a deflection. Well, he went past Guilherme and he fired the shot in. That's a very fine stop by Barsham. Down to his right-hand side, took a deflection which aided it towards the corner. These two sides met in 2023 in this competition. It was goalless here. And away at Sharjah, Al-Sad came out victorious by 2-0, but that was then, this is now. Well, that man should be content with the performance. I don't think he'll be content with the result because it hasn't gone his way. Real chance here for Caio to get onto a loose ball. Tarat dances up to Caio, give and go. Raymanaj, near side, Usman. Deep ball in, Tarek with a header away. And that shot never really troubling Barsham. What a wonderful sign. Wish somebody had shown me that when I was at school. Best days of your life, they say. Well, time is moving on to almost the final 5 minutes of the regulation time here. Barsham, who's, I won't say by far the busiest, but has been the busier of the two keepers, I think, on the field of play today. Had to be thankful for his framework in the first half as well. Guillaume. That's to find the pass. Tarek. Giovanni. Mustafa Mashal. You're trying to find that forward pass, but a couple of square passes and all of a sudden you've got Sharjah well and truly disciplined and back in shape. Maybe now conceding 20 yards in their own half. Pedro, Suhail, Giovanni. Yadam. Again, Fetzai gets his body across the ball. Substitute Muhika. There's a sign on some of the sad faces that it hasn't quite happened. But I doff my hat to the side that have travelled here today from the United Arab Emirates, because you always knew that Sharjah thought, well, let's go there, we've got nothing to lose, so to speak, and they have played very much in that frame. They've not been outclassed, they've been very good. With that, it would be end up with 3-1 to Al Sadd, with goals coming late on because the commentator has said what he said. But I have been mightily impressed with Sharjah, and I think this will send not shockwaves, of course not shockwaves through, but it will send a signal out that RB is about to come on to replace the man that really has just run himself into the ground, Raymanaj, and really will feel slightly disappointed he hasn't come away with a goal for his hard work. They travel to Tractor, got Tractor at home, Al Ittihad away, Al Ali away, Al Hilal at home, Al Duhail away, and they end up with Nasaf Kashi on the final group. But they could not have wished for a better start to their group stage. I'm pretty sure that Milos Milojevic will no doubt say, you continue that, there's the bar, continue at that bar, you know, we'll be in with a squeak to get qualification. Diagonal ball forward by Mustafa, taken nicely by Darwish. Caio just backing into Pedro. All about the time to be added on, you fancy here. Caio, I think it's fairly straightforward what he's done now. He's just tried to ease his man out of the way, but he's done it with a mallet instead of maybe just a little toffee hammer, which is a small hammer for those that don't know. Petrovic. Giovanni has taken the ball out of play. Well, I think you'll see the body language at the end of the 90 minutes, or when the final whistle goes, should it stay this way, who will be the more pleased with their performance. You won't need your commentator to state the blindingly obvious. Those faces in the crowd also tell you that this should have been better than, well, they anticipated. But Sharjah have been mighty opponents today, I think. Afif scored that terrific goal to open his goal scoring. Gaio just looking to make sure that Sharjah don't make any mistakes. Back to the keeper, Darwish, straight out to Cho. And again, they're not looking backwards or sideways here. Usman picked out with the ball. Lovely crossfield ball by Cho. Gaio. Benabi. Foul has been given. Pedro. A misjudgment. And a real opportunity here. And I would say that right at this moment in time, Felix Sanchez, knowing that we're in the 90th minute, is sat very, very uncomfortably, or stood motionless, I would say. I can't look down. I'm possibly thinking, what have we done? This is a real opportunity here for Sharjah to put Barsham's goal right under pressure. Benabi and Coronado stand over the ball. Barsham looks like he's going to be a happy man if this nestles in the back of the net. Benabi got plenty to go at. It's drilled. It's all straight at the keeper, Barsham, just for a moment. Just for a moment. Gives everybody the jitters. Just slipped through his hands. He is one very, very happy keeper. And I'll tell you what that is. Barsham's thinking, routine, I'm going to get on with it. And he's taken his eye just slightly off the ball. I want to see how long's to be added on here. It's been a cracking game, this has. I've really enjoyed this. 4 additional minutes, a minimum off. Gaio forward. Oh, to that. Brought the challenge. Ahmed Suhail, in his desperation to get to the ball. Yeah, you did get the ball, but I'm afraid that the professionalism of Al Tarat there was so good. Knew the challenge was coming, made sure there was body in between him and the ball, which always meant there was likely to be a free kick. This is another free kick. As you can see, Coronado to deliver. Looks like offside to me as the header goes over the top by Gaio. But if you walked into the room and you turned on the television right now, you would be forgiven in thinking that the side in red were the home side. They're pressing for a win here away. Barsham. Pedro with the skewed clearance. Afif, whose influence on the game has sort of run away as the game has gone on. Guillaume. Otavio tries the footwork. Usman dispossesses him. The Sharjah just want to get on with it. They really just want to drive forward. Lovely footwork in the middle of the park. Final ball was just somewhat missing there by Coronado. Firmino, who's for me been on the periphery of this game most of the time. Gaio, Usman. Is there a chance to put it in? We're in the 4th of a minimum of 4 to be put in. Ball goes in, headed away by Guillaume. Firmino. Ahmed Suhail tries to set things off, and this time Giovanni's got outside his man. Petrovic is struggling. Giovanni, can he pull the trigger? Good ball back, first time shot. Mustafa Mashal drilled it straight at Darwish. A good move by Al Sadd. But I think I join in with most of the Al Sadd fans in saying, where was that sort of fluency earlier on in the game? Maloney, Usman. Chance here again, Usman gets the return. Fetai. Real chance, Benabi, right across the face of the goal. Is this the 95th minute of a game where the side away from home are taking it to the home side? Well, I tell you it is. Fetai only needed a little bit of a hair on the patella to put it goalward, surely. But the referee says that's enough, and what a game we've had here. Al Sadd 1, Sharjah 1. That doesn't really tell the story. A fine goal by that man, Afif, who rifled in from 22 yards on 18 minutes. Cut in from his left to his right and rifled it in. 19th minute, Kuki was adjudged to have given a penalty away as Tarat tried to put the ball into the box. And then Caillou's penalty was saved by Barsham. But Sharjah just kept on going and kept on going, belied their status of playing up in the Champions League Elite after winning Champions League Division 2 last year. But they took it to them and they equalised with a fine lofted ball by Tarat, which Caillou volleyed in from close range. Barsham, the Al Sadd keeper, the busier. Darwish had everything shot straight at him. But it's finished here at the Jassim bin Hamad Stadium. Al Sadd 1, Sharjah 1.
I know, you always kill me, come on. Good game, okay. Shabab, good game.